So we're starting lying down on our backs in Shavasana. So pretend it's the end of class. That's how we're starting right now. So from here, just let your feet flop open to either side. Palms face up if that feels okay for you. Eyes are closed, your gaze is soft. And from here, we're going to take a quick body scan, just paying attention to the sensation of the different parts of the body on the mat. So starting with your toes, sliding the sensation up to your heels, which are probably resting on the mat, feeling the weight of the heels on the mat. And then bring the awareness into the calves. Notice the difference in the weight of the calves onto the mat. Sliding the attention up the legs. Maybe there's some contact with the back of the legs or the hamstrings on the mat. Sliding all the way up to the glutes and paying attention to that flesh on the mat and what that weight, what that sensation feels like. And then sliding the attention up the back, noticing the arc of the low back, how it's probably not resting on the mat. And then the sensation of the middle, the upper back, the shoulders resting on the mat, the weight there. Then bring your attention slowly down your arms, so feel that sensation, that weight of the upper arm. The elbows, maybe the forearms and the backs of the hands resting on the mat. Then from here, bring that attention up to the back of the neck. Notice how it's lifted up off the mat. And then the attention goes back to the base of the skull. Feel the weight of your head on the mat. Glide the attention up to the top of your head. Notice the lightness or the heaviness there. And then just take a couple of breaths, noticing the weight of the entire body. Where you feel the contact, where you feel the heaviness, where there's some lifting and lightness. And then on your next exhale, you're just going to curl your knees in towards your belly. Give them a nice tight squeeze. Little sway from side to side. Finding stillness at center, take your fingertips behind the base of the skull. Keep your neck long and lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. From here, take your elbows nice and narrow and tap them to the outside of the knees. Flex your feet and pull your toes towards your face. And then as you inhale, you're going to straighten your legs up towards the sky. You can widen through the elbows here. And then as you exhale, knees curl in, tap the elbows to the knees. Inhale, you're going to stretch the legs out long this time so they're low to the mat. And then as you exhale, curl those knees in, tap the elbows to the knees. Inhale, legs reach up long, elbows widen. Exhale, curl those knees into the belly, elbows tap. Inhale, legs reach out long, elbows widen. Exhale, curl those knees in. Inhale, legs reach skyward. Exhale, knees curl in. Inhale, legs reach out long and low. Exhale, knees curl in, tap. 2 more times, each variation. Inhale, legs high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, legs long. Exhale, curl in. One last one here. Inhale, legs reach high. Exhale, knees curl in. Inhale, legs reach long. Exhale, knees curl in, tap elbows to knees. From here, inhale, just reach those legs up high. Now release the head and shoulders on the mat and reach your arms down alongside your body. So palms face down. Fingertips are facing where your feet would be if your legs were released down. You're noticing the sensation in your belly here. Fired up, even with the head and shoulders released. From here, you're going to slowly flex both feet so that the toes point towards your face. And then slowly point through both feet. Inhale, you're going to flex, bring the toes towards your face. Exhale, slowly point through both feet. 3 more, nice and slow. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Last 2. Very last one here. As you exhale, land with your feet all the way pointed. Then from here, I know the core is really probably feeling it right now. Fingertips back behind the base of the skull. Lift the head and shoulders. From here, you're going to lower the legs just about 6 inches and then lift them back up. Lower about 6 inches. I know it's intense. Lift them back up. Inhale, lower 6 inches. Exhale, lift just 5 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last 4. 3. 2. Very last one here. You're going to reach the legs up towards the sky. Flex the feet so the toes are pulling towards the feet face. Lift a little higher through the head and the shoulders. Hold here for 5, 4. Breathing 3, 2, and then curl the knees into the belly. Release the head and shoulders. Take those knees out wide. Take a little sway from side to side. Notice the luxuriousness of that release in the belly. And then finding stillness, keeping your knees wide here. Grab just behind your legs so that your hands are tucked into the creases behind your knees. Then from here, just a rock forward and back on your spine. Come all the way up to sit, but see if you can hover your feet. Flex through the feet. Lift the chest. Bring the chest forward, low belly forward, open heart here. Hugging those knees in, those thighs in towards your chest. Breathing here. And then slowly, slowly crossing those ankles. Make your way all the way through to find your hands and your knees. Finding stillness right away with a neutral spine. Spread the fingers, ground down through the finger pads. And then as you inhale, you're going to dip your belly low, lift your tailbone high, reach your shoulders back, look up. Then as you exhale, scoop your belly button towards the spine, let your head go. Inhale, you're going to find a neutral spine. Look out in front of you. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find a downward facing dog. Remember, knees can always be bent. That might be helpful, especially in the morning. Then from here, slowly, slowly lowering those knees down. Inhaling, lifting the heart, dipping the belly, reaching the sit bones up, and arcing the back. Look up towards the sky. Your toes can stay tucked. As you exhale, scoop your belly button towards your spine. Find your cat spine. Arc, arc, arc. Let your head go. Inhale, find a neutral spine. Exhale, lift those hips all the way up and back. Find a downward facing dog. Inhale, come all the way down with the knees. Dip the belly low, lift the tailbone high, arc the shoulders back, and look up. As you exhale, scoop your belly button towards the spine. Tuck the tailbone around the back. Release the head. Inhale, find a neutral spine, and exhale, hips reach up and back, downward facing dog. Last round, just like that. Inhale, knees come down, belly comes low, tailbone reaches high, and shoulders arc back. Find your cow spine. Exhale, scoop your belly button towards the spine, tuck the tailbone, release the head. Inhale, find a neutral spine, and exhale, hips reach up and back, downward facing dog. Heart melts towards the left. Good. From here, take the pedal into the feet so that you can feel a nice release in the back of the legs. And really widen through the fingers and ground down through all 10 finger pads. Turning that pedal into a walk to come all the way up towards the top of the mat. From here, see if you can let your head go completely. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows and taking a little sway from side to side. Knees can be as soft as you need them to be. Head is dripping down towards the mat. Finding stillness at center, fingertips towards the mat. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, ground down through the feet, and roll up 1 centimeter at a time, all the way up to stand. Head is the very last thing to come up. Finding your Uttanasana and just noticing that sensation here. Ground down through the feet. Notice the weight of the feet on the mat right now. The only thing that's standing, these amazing structures that can hold our entire bodies up. And then from here, as you inhale, you're going to reach your arms back behind you. If it works for you to interlace your fingers, punch your fist down and reach your heart open, look up. And then as you exhale, just fold down. If you can't grab your hands, totally fine. You can do the same thing. So fold all the way down, let your head go. As you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms back, lift the heart open. And then as you exhale, just release. One more time, inhale, soften the knees, lift the heart, hold here, and then rise all the way up by pushing down through the feet, punching the fist down to the mat, spiraling the shoulders back, growing tall through the top of the head. From here, unlace the hands as you inhale, sweep the arms out, up and all the way above. Look up towards the fingertips. And as you exhale, open-hearted fold all the way down over your legs, let your head release. Inhale, hands find shins, heart open. Exhale, release those hands all the way down to the mat, let the head go. Inhale, step that right foot back. Dip the back knee to the mat, but keep the toes tucked. You're just looking forward and pressing your hips forward, hands stay down. As you exhale, root down through the hands, suction up from the low belly and step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slide forward, find your push-up position. Shoulders reaching away from each other. As you exhale, either knees first or straight torso, all the way down to the belly, hugging the elbows in. As you inhale, untuck your toes, press down through the tops of the feet, the shins, the thighs, and lift through the heart. And then as you exhale, find your downward facing dog. Remember, pulling from the belly rather than dumping weight into the low back. As you inhale, left leg high this time. Exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose, foot comes in between the hands. Remember, you can always help it get there. Dipping that back knee to the mat, keeping the toes tucked, and yearning the heart forward to find a little lift here, that stretch through that right hip flexor. As you exhale, take the fingers out in front of you, ground down through that left leg, float the right leg. Find an Uttanasana, a forward fold, let your head grow. Inhale, soften the knees, open the heart, rise all the way up to stand. And then as you exhale, hands palm at heart center. Inhale, sweeping the arms out, up and above. As you exhale, open-hearted fold all the way down over the leg. Left leg stepping back as you inhale. Dip the back knee to the mat, keep the toes tucked, press the hips forward, lift the heart open. As you exhale, ground down through the hands, suction right knee, and step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slide forward, find your push-up position. Knees can lower first or straight torso, hugging those elbows into the midline all the way down to the belly. As you inhale, untuck your toes, start to lift through the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Soft low body, engaged upper body. And then as you exhale, lift from the belly, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches skyward. As you exhale, curl that knee in towards the nose, foot comes in between the hands. From here, back knee dips down, keep the toes tucked. You can tent the fingers out in front of you. Lift the heart to look forward. As you exhale, push down into that right leg, float that left leg. Find an Uttanasana, a forward fold, let your head go. As you inhale, soften the knees, open the heart, rise all the way up to stand. This time, as you exhale, take your arms into goal posts and really press your chest forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Little tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Look up. One more time. As you exhale, bend the elbows, stick the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Little tuck of the chin. And then from here, inhale, reach nice and high. And as you exhale, open-hearted fold all the way down over your legs. Find your Uttanasana. From here, keep your right foot forward and inhale to step that left foot back. Rising all the way up to find a high lunge here. Squeezing your inner thighs together, lifting from the low belly, reaching your arms up high. Yes, good. As you exhale, dip your back knee to the mat. Inhale to straighten the back leg. And exhale to open up warrior two. Spiral that back heel down. Slide it down, open up warrior two. Inhale, come back to that high lunge, squeezing the inner thighs together, shifting the gaze, practicing the balance and the stability through the legs. And then from here, dip that back knee to the mat, lift it all the way up, and open up warrior two. Yes, one more time, just like that. Sliding back to your high lunge, dipping that back knee towards the mat, rising back up, opening back up warrior two. So notice maybe your warrior two just naturally deepened a little bit. And then notice if the torso is leaning forward. We love to do that. So see if you can reach that left arm, fingertips back, and reach that torso so it's stacked right on top of the hips. From here, as you inhale, straighten through that front knee. Really pay attention to your feet. Squeeze your feet towards each other and ground down through all three corners of the feet. Find your triangle pose. Left arm reaches skyward, heart is opening. Gaze can be up or straight out in front of you. As you inhale, slide all the way back up, re-bend through that front knee. Keep the engagement through the feet, through the legs. And then straighten through that front knee. Reach the fingertips forward and down to the shin, find your triangle pose. Rising all the way back up, warrior two. Good, straightening through the front knee. Reaching right fingertips forward, down to the right shin. Triangle pose, opening the heart up towards the sky. Gorgeous. From here, you're gonna slowly start to close this left arm down towards the mat. You might need to bend that right knee, that's totally fine. From here, bend a little through the right knee if you haven't already. Take that right hand to the pinky side of that right foot. And then you're gonna slide your back foot in a couple of inches and turn your toes so that they're facing the front corner of the mat, so the front left corner of the mat. Your chest can be lifted or it can be released over that front leg. Remember, right knee can be bent, hands can be on books, blocks, or the floor, doesn't matter. We're taking a true Parsvottanasana pyramid pose now. So think from here, plugging back through that right hip and wrapping in through that left inner thigh so that your hips are square and facing the front of the mat. Let your head release down. Notice where you feel sensation. Breathe space there. And then notice what's going on with your feet. That back foot, can you push down through the outside edge? Can you notice if you're collapsing through that back knee? And can you really push down through the foot so that you can extend through that back knee even more? Release the head. So from here, bending that right knee as much as you need to, even if it needs to be super bent, that's okay. Left hand stays down, right hand finds right hip, and you're gonna start to twist open towards the right. Keep that left heel down. Notice what's happening in that back calf, that back leg. So if you're just coming up a little bit, totally fine. If you wanna start to twist open even more, use the traction from that bottom hand, use your belly to twist up towards the sky. Round down through your feet and maybe right arm reaches up. And then on your next exhale, bring that right hand all the way down to the pinky side of that right foot. Pay attention to that left calf. Bend through that left knee. Walk your fingertips out in front of you, but keep your heart lifted here. So you're gonna work into supported warrior three. So you're gonna push down into that right leg and drive that left heel up so that the chest is working to be parallel with the mat. It's okay if it's not perfect. You can use your hands down on the mat, or if you'd like to lift them up, palm to palm in front of the heart. I cheated just a little bit. It's nice to have this couch here. Hands can be palm to palm, or reach straight back behind you, maybe straight out in front of you, maybe out to the side. You decide today. Spiral that left pinky toe down and flex through that left foot. Right knee can be a little soft, always okay. Notice the sensation in that right foot. Breathing here. And then as you exhale, fingertips come down to the mat. Bend through that right knee, release that left foot down, drop that left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach up high, find your Anjaneyasana. Press your hips forward, lift your low belly. Good. As you exhale, hands frame that front foot. Tuck through the left toes, lift that left knee, right knee into the belly, and step all the way back. Take a moment in your down dog and just pay attention to how your legs feel. Notice the difference in the two sides.
And then as you inhale, slide forward, find a plank position. Notice if you feel a lot of weight in the wrists, and then ground down through the pads of each finger, the first knuckle of each finger. And then from here, as you exhale, if you have chaturanga, totally fine. Otherwise, all the way to the belly. Inhale for your back bend, whatever that might be. Remember, up dog, knees are floating, shoulders are back and away in any back bend you're in. Growing tall through the top of the head. And then as you exhale, lift from the belly, find your downward facing dog. From here, bend the knees, look in between the hands. Step walk or take a float all the way up to the top of the mat. Let your head go. Let everything release down. From here, hands find the mat. Inhale, you're gonna step your right foot back, keep that left foot in front. And then you're gonna rise all the way up on the left side. Find a high lunge, lift from your low belly. Yes, good. From here, exhale, dip that back knee to the mat. Inhale, extend, and exhale, open up a warrior two on the left side. Yes. Inhale, come back to that high lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs, use your feet. Exhale, dip the back knee to the mat. Inhale, extend, and exhale, open up, find your warrior two. Rising back up, find that high lunge. Last one here, exhale, dip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, open up, find your warrior two. Good, breathing here, noticing if you're leaning forward and seeing if you can reach those right fingertips back. Grounding down through the feet as you inhale, straighten through that front knee. Reach the left fingers forward and then down to the shin. Right arm reaches up. Utthita Trikonasana triangle. Inhale, rise back up, rebend through that left knee. Good. Exhale here and then inhale. Straighten through the front knee. Reach the left fingers forward, find your triangle. Inhale, rising up, exhaling here. Inhale, straighten through the front knee. Finding that Utthita Trikonasana, that triangle. Oh, excuse me, opening the chest here. From here, you can take a soft bend in that left knee and slowly start to bring that right hand down to the inside of that left foot. From here, definitely bend that left knee a little bit. Take that left hand to the pinky side of the left foot. From here, look at that back leg. Slide the back foot in a couple of inches, and then turn the toes to face the top right corner of the mat. Slide the heel back down. So you might need to bend that front knee more than you think. That's okay. Hands on blocks, books, or the floor, any's fine. And then from here, release your chest down over that front leg. True Parsvottanasana pyramid pose. So from here, plugging back through the left hip, wrapping in through the right inner thigh, rounding down through both feet, really pushing down through the outside edge of that right foot and seeing what happens to that back leg. If you might have had a soft knee before, and now if you have a much more active back leg. Release your chest down. And then from here, keep that right hand down to the inside of that left foot. Slowly taking that left hand to the left hip. So know that this might be the place that you stop, right? If it feels good for you, start twisting a little bit deeper from your belly using that bottom hand and open up towards the left. If you'd like, left arm can reach up towards the sky. Your choice, just a few breaths here. And then slowly, hand comes back to the hip and reaches all the way back down towards the mat. From here, soften through that front knee. Walk your fingertips forward, keep your chest lifted. You're feeling that back heel lift. And then push down through that left leg to drive up through that right heel. Flex through the right foot, right pinky toe spirals down. From here, maybe hands stay down or maybe hands grow, either palm to palm in front of the heart, maybe to the hips, out to the side, out in front. You choose where your arms go. Remember that bottom knee can be a little soft. Spiral that right pinky toe down. And then when you're ready, fingertips come down to the mat. Reach the right toes back, plant that foot, sink that back knee down to the mat, untuck the toes. As you inhale, squeeze your inner thighs and rise up. Find your Anjaneyasana. Yes, beautiful. Pull up in your low belly, squeeze those inner thighs together. As you exhale, hands come down, framing that front foot, tuck that back, the back toes, lift the back knee, suction the left knee into the belly, and step all the way back. Find your downward facing dog. From here, take a couple of breaths. Just notice the sensation in your leg. As you inhale, slide forward. Find your plank position. Ground down through the pads of the fingers of both hands. And then as you exhale, lower either all the way to the belly or halfway. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, soften the knees, look in between the hands. Step, walk, or float top of the mat. Let your head go completely. From here, as you inhale, soften the knees. You're going to start to take your hands to your shins and lift your chest. So knees are soft, butt is sticking out, heart is lifting. Traction the hands into the shins here. Good. And then from here, release all the way back down. This time we're going to take full Utkatasana. So start to sit low, ground down through all three corners of the feet, and reach the arms all the way up overhead. Notice if you're rocking forward into the front of the feet and then rock back so that you can plant down through the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel. And then bring the space between your hip points in towards each other and up. So it's really like pulling up in the low belly. Drop your tailbone. Yes, our favorite pose, gorgeous. From here, ground down through that right foot and then slowly start to rise up, curling that left knee into the belly, flexing through that left foot. Yeah, good. Now from here, take your hands all the way to your hips. And you're going to start to hinge forward, kick straight back through that left leg. Chest is coming parallel to the mat. Reach back through that left sole of the left foot. Maybe soft right knee. And then as you rise all the way back up, see if you can curl that left knee back in towards the belly. Keep that foot flexed and then reach the arms up. Yeah, gorgeous. Do that 2 more times. So take the hands to the hips, soft right knee, start to tilt your chest forward, kick back through the sole of the left foot. Chest is parallel to the mat. And then rising all the way back up, curling the knee into the belly, and then reaching the arms up high. Last one like that. I know that right leg's tired. From here, hands to hips, start to tilt your chest forward. Parallel to the mat, flex through that left foot, dial the pinky toe down. And then from here, rising all the way back up to stand, curling left knee into the belly, reaching the arms up high. And then as you exhale, plant that foot, shimmy those arms down, shake out the legs, little interpretive dancing, our favorite thing, or my favorite thing. Maybe closing the eyes so you know no one can see you when your eyes are closed. Shake your head out. And then from here, find stillness at center. Eyes stay closed. Arms down by your sides. Find your Tadasana, palms face forward. Ground down through your feet. Feel the weight in your feet, all 3 corners. Keep your eyes closed. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, fold straight down over your legs. Let your head release down. From here, start to soften the knees, sit into your chair pose, reach your arms up high. So from here, drop the tailbone, space between your hip points goes in and up, ground down through your feet. From here, root down through that left foot. As you inhale, you're gonna start to lift the right knee into the belly, straighten through that left knee. Flex through that right foot. From here, hands find hips. Start to hinge forward. Softness in the left knee is fine. Kick that right leg back. Dial the pinky toe down. Chest comes parallel to the mat. As you inhale, slowly soften through that left knee, curl the right knee into the belly. Then reach the arms all the way up high. Good, we'll do that twice more. So hands come to the hips. Start to tilt your chest forward, kick that right leg straight back, flex through the foot, pinky toe spirals down. And then rising all the way back up, curling that right knee into the belly, lifting the heart, reaching the arms up. And then very last one here, so hands find your hips. Start to tilt your chest forward, kick that left leg or that right leg straight back, dial the pinky toe down, chest is parallel to the mat. And then from here, slowly, slowly, reach that right knee back in towards the belly, flexing through the foot, reaching the arms up super high. And then as you exhale, slowly, slowly lower. Shimmy those arms down, shake out the hips. Let it all go, little free-form movement. Close your eyes so that you're not so worried about what you look like. Maybe your head moves, your legs move, your hips move. Your arms swing. Yeah. And then from here, find stillness, find your Tadasana. Ground down through the three corners of both of your feet. Reach your fingertips down towards the mat, grow tall through the top of the head. Start to yearn your chest just a little bit towards the sky. Your eyes can open as your gaze looks up towards the ceiling. Then reach your arms up to meet so your palms can touch if that feels okay for you. And then root down through your feet, grow tall through the fingers, and start to find a little back bend where you're yearning yourself backwards, drawing a line along the ceiling and opening the heart. And then as you exhale, ground down through the feet, open the chest and fold all the way down over the legs, let your head go completely. From here, soften through the knees as much as you need to ground down through that right hand. Place that hand in between your two feet. Then from here, and in front as well. Then from here, take your left hand to your left hip. So we've done this a million times before. Can you really think of grounding down through that right hand to twist yourself from your belly even more up towards the sky? Now, very consciously, bend that right knee and work to straighten that left leg. Notice the sensation that goes into the outside of that left leg. Then from here, keep grounding down through the right hand, keep twisting from the belly, and then maybe the left arm reaches up towards the sky. From here, notice what's going on and see if you can lift your fingertips even higher to grow, to lengthen. That wingspan's getting even bigger. And then as you exhale, slowly, slowly, start to re-straighten through that right knee. You can let some softness come into that left knee. Remember, both knees can really be as bent as you need them to be. It's just energetically, what are you working towards? Take that left hand down in front and in between your two feet. Ground down through the hand. Slowly, slowly bring that right hand to the right hip. Really consciously start to soften through that left knee. Straightening through that right knee, twisting from the belly and looking up towards the sky. Notice where that sensation goes and how it feels. Really rooting down through that bottom hand. Maybe right arm reaches up, right fingertips reach up. You're creating more and more space, more and more length here. And then as you exhale, slowly, slowly, bring that right hand all the way down. Left leg starts to straighten. Softness into the right leg. Release your head down. Let everything go. Notice what's going on here. Widen your feet just a little bit. Maybe in between hip distance apart and mat distance apart. And then let your head go. So notice from here, if you still feel this kind of lift through your belly more to cat spine, it's hard to get into those hamstrings. Just bend your knees. Reach your low belly towards your thighs. Let your head be really heavy. Then from here, widen your feet even more so they're about mat distance apart. Heels are in and toes are pointed out. From here, bring your fingertips down to the mat so you're tenting all 10 fingers. and start to sit low, lift your chest, stick your butt out, but drop your tailbone. So it's really creating length through your back rather than an arc or a rounding in your spine. And then from here, push down through the fingertips, start to straighten through the legs, pushing through the feet. To do so, let your head go. Then from here, grounding down through the feet, dropping the tailbone, lifting the heart, bending the knees, opening the knees out to either side as you lift. Exhale, grounding down through the fingertips, straightening through the knees, finding this release of the head. And then one more time, just like that. So you bend the knees, lift the heart, lengthen through the spine here. Opening the knees out to either side with the toes pointed up. And then from here, pushing down through the feet, starting to straighten through the legs, letting your head go. From here, parallel out your feet, keep them as wide as they are. So mat distance apart, let your head go once again. Then from here, you're gonna reach your hands back behind your calves. So your arms wrap behind your calves, your fingers point down, forearms face your calves. Do that with both sides. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Then from here, see if you can energetically and actively bring your low belly towards your upper thighs. Then from here, think about your feet. This is like our thought of the day is about our feet. Ground down through the feet, energetically pull big toes together, heels apart. See if that creates a little bit more space in the sacrum and the low back. See if that creates a little bit more opportunity to fold deeper, to let your head go more. Notice if you're holding tension in the upper back and the neck. See if you can let gravity do some work to lengthen that. Breathing here. And then from here, unwrapping the fingers or the arms, bringing the fingertips out in front of you. Heels in, toes out for the last time. Bend the knees just a little bit. And then you're gonna start to work your shoulders back. So from here, if you already are feeling a lot of sensation, know that you don't have to go super far, right? You're just listening to your body and you're finding your edge of sensation. If it works for you, you're gonna take your pointer finger and your thumb like an L shape and use those like a horseshoe behind your right foot to start. Then from here, work that right shoulder behind that right leg. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. You can then do the same thing behind that left leg. So you're working on bringing the shoulders back. The heels are in, the toes are out. They don't have to completely come backwards in space. It's just, that's what we're working towards. Then from here, start to sit low and start to lift your chest, looking out in front of you. So you're almost like sitting on the shelf of your triceps. Then from here, ground down through your feet and start to straighten through the knees. They don't have to straighten all the way. They probably won't. Mine definitely won't. Hug your legs in towards your upper arms. So traction between the legs and the upper arms, let the head go. And then we'll do that once more. So start to sit low. See how far those shoulders can get back. If it's not far, that's fine. Eventually sitting to work onto the shelf of the triceps and lifting through the heart. Lengthen through the spine. And then from here, ground down through the feet. Start to straighten through the legs. Let the head go. Find that release through the upper back. Squeeze the shoulder or squeeze the legs in towards the shoulder. And then from here, soften the knees and just take the arms out from behind the legs. Walk them out in front of you. Parallel out your feet. So your feet are still mat distance apart. Your head is released. You're finding a forward fold here. Notice if there's just a little bit more space. Where is there more space? Let your head go. Then from here, walk your fingertips out to either side of your feet, but out in front of them. Fingertips face away from your feet, so out to either side. You can bend your knees as much as you need to do this. And then see if you can release your upper body. Last time to think about this. Big toes energetically towards each other, heels away. Create some space in the low back. Find a deeper forward fold. Let your head go even more. And then from here, slowly, slowly walking your hands back towards the center. We're gonna do that same twist, but with your legs wide. So root down through that right hand, press down through the palm, through all 5 fingers. Take that left hand to the left hip. So from here, really pay attention as you soften through that right knee, straighten up through that left knee, and start to twist from your belly, pushing down through that bottom hand, finding this twist, noticing the sensation in the outer left leg, and then maybe reaching the left arm up towards the sky. Grounding down through that right hand so that you can find more length, more reach through those left fingertips. And then from here, slowly, slowly reach that left hand all the way down to where the right hand is. You're gonna soften through that left knee just a little bit. Take that right hand to the right hip. Start to twist. Really pay attention to that softness in the left knee, straightening out through the right knee, twisting from the belly, using that bottom hand as traction. Maybe you reach the right arm up. And then as you exhale, start to straighten through both knees. Let your head release, let your hands release, let everything go. Find your breath, find stillness here. Heel toe your feet in when you're ready. I know this has been a long time in this forward fold. Feet end about hip distance apart, head is released. Notice if there's maybe some more space here now. Inhale to ground down through the feet, lift the hands to the shins, open the heart, flatten the back. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, find your downward facing dog. Last one of class. Again, notice the sensations here. So reach your heels down towards the mat. Press down through the finger pads, lift up and out of the upper body. And then as you inhale, glide forward, find the plank position. Reach the heels back, top of the head forward. And then as you exhale, hug your elbows in and see how slowly you can lower down all the way to the belly. From here, untuck your toes. Reach your arms back down beside your body. And then palms face up, backs of the hands to the mat. You can turn your head to one side. From here, find stillness for a moment. Notice what that sensation is going on through the low back. What kind of release this is in the entire body. And then from here, slowly, slowly, bringing your chin to the mat. You're gonna start to lift up into Shalabhasana, locust pose. So reach your arms straight back, lifting them up, lift your legs up, find this nice little back bend. And then we're just gonna flutter through the feet. So little flutters through the feet, keeping your legs straight. Rather than doing this by bending your knees, you're doing this using the muscles in your back, in the backs of your legs. Little flutters. Breathing here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the legs, release the head, turn the cheek so that you're looking over the opposite shoulder. Notice the sensation in your back. And then from here, refine center. As you inhale, just taking a traditional locust pose. So lifting up through the legs, lifting up through your torso. If you'd like, you can reach your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, punch your fist back, and lift through the chest. Lift up by engaging through the backs of the legs here, feeling your back activate, that compression. And then 5, lift a little higher, 4, 3, 2, and release all the way down. Just take your hands right underneath your shoulders right away. Lifting from your belly, coming to your hands and your knees. So from here, find stillness right away. Notice the sensations here. And then you're slowly going to fall over towards one side with your hips and swing your legs out in front of you. From here, keep that right leg out, and you're gonna take that left leg, you're gonna internally rotate the knee, and so the heel comes towards the glute. So from here, you can be nice and narrow, you can be a little wider if that feels good. You choose, totally up to you. Then from here, start to turn over that extended right leg, and just walk your chest down. So maybe you just come down a little bit, maybe a lot, maybe you like to sit up on something. Wherever you are, it's okay. We've done a lot to open up the backs of the legs, so you might find just a little bit more space there right now or not. Just notice. Then let your head go. Wherever you are. Let it be heavy. Find some length through the back of the neck all the way down the spine. One more inhale here. Exhale. And then as you inhale, slowly come all the way up to sit. You're going to take that left knee, bring it all the way in, and then reach that left leg out long. Right knee bends, internal rotation of the legs start to open up if that feels good, or the knee can be narrower, you decide. From here, sitting up tall to start, then turning your chest over that left leg and just start to fold down. So it's okay if you only come a little bit, if you need to bend the knee or put something underneath the hips. It has nothing to do with your worth. Don't fight your body, listen to your body. It's telling you so many things. And then let your head be super heavy. Find length through the back of the neck, all the way down the spine. And then slowly, slowly walking yourself all the way back up to sit. Realigning through that right leg. Reaching that right leg out long. Sitting up nice and tall here for just a moment, finding your Dandasana, your staff pose. And then as you exhale, just start to fold forward, Paschimottanasana. So listen to your body today. I'm not giving you any instructions. If you'd like to lengthen your spine and then release, go for it. If you'd like to just let yourself hang, go for it. Don't worry so much about it being perfect. Instead, can you tap into what your body's telling you when you stretch in this way? And then can you respond to it? What does it need to open up a little bit more? What does it need to feel a little bit more comfortable? And taking 3 more breaths, whatever funky position you're in this forward fold. And then as you inhale, just roll all the way up to sit. Noticing the sensation as it moves. Tucking the chin, pulling the belly button towards the spine and rolling all the way down onto your back. From here, just coming straight into Shavasana. If you need any last poses, you go for it. Starting out, just paying attention to the weight of the different body parts on the mat. That sensation, that heaviness, that release.
Feeling free to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to make your way out, start to deepen your breathing. Bring some movement into your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. And when you're ready, curling your knees up into your belly and giving them a hug. Rolling on over to one side. Letting your head be heavy, pressing into the palms and come all the way up to sit. Closing your eyes or softening your gaze. So, the definition of success, as we define it often in this world and our society, can be just so hard to live up to. It's like constantly out of our reach in some way. And as a result, we can be just really, really hard on ourselves, critical of each other, wondering how we could have done more, how we should be doing more, why certain things aren't effective. And I think especially during this time, it's easy to get caught up in these thoughts because we have a lot more time, we have a lot more space. We're not constantly doing. And I think what we have to do more than anything else is be able to challenge those thoughts as soon as they come in. As soon as we believe, oh, I'm not enough, or oh, I needed to do more, or oh, why is that person more successful than me? We have to come in and say, actually, my worth is inherent. Actually, I have to trust the path that I'm on. Actually, I just have to trust myself more than anything else. And the more we question ourselves, the less we trust ourselves. So rather, when those thoughts come in, rather than believing them and following them down the rabbit hole, can we trust the path that we've chosen, the path that we've ended up on, the path that we have to be on just because it is as it is? Again and again, we're going to have to remind ourselves that. I have to do it pretty much every day. So taking your hands palm to palm at heart center. The light in me honors the light that shines so brightly in each and every one of you. Thank you.